Hey guys, welcome back to Classic Arcade Repairs. Come on, I know you want up. Come on. Alright, today I have a repair. This one was sent back to me for I think the problem was it was given a ROM error. It was given a 210 or 201 ROM code, which probably is not, I mean, it could be a bad ROM, but we'll see. My guess is it's probably a logic failure of some sort. But yeah, this one was sent back to me. This board, I'd done a conversion on it to 4164 with all new sockets, and if I look at this thing, I mean, I'm like very, very happy with my work on this one. This looks absolutely perfect, beautiful. Yeah, heck yeah, pat myself on the back over that one. These could use reflowed. I did not reflow those the first time. I will the second time. The power ones have been reflowed. That's good. One thing I noticed that I don't like at all is this socket for the NVRAM. He has an NVRAM, which I'm not even messing with that NVRAM because it's got this particular board was used by Lonnie McDonald. And if you don't know who he is, he's like the Joust guru, and he put a 99999 right before rollover score on that NVRAM. So I'm not messing with that at all. I'm going to replace this socket because if you can, I don't know if you can see, but that socket, I don't even know if I'm on it, but it's terrible. It's like all corroded and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's terrible looking. I get that the pins are pushed because of that NVRAM, but still, the pins just don't look good. Look all corroded out. So I'm going to replace that socket. And there's some damage that was on that socket, so I'll have to be careful with it. But I want to replace that so that it gets a good connection with that NVRAM, because right now those look corroded. They look completely oxidized. It just doesn't look good. So we'll do that. A little bit more maintenance on this guy. I'm going to reflow these. I'll replace that socket, and this thing should be good to go if there's no problem. I got the soundboard, I got the ROM, and the little widget guy, the little interface board. He sent me the whole board set this time, which is cool. Hopefully I'll be able to play Joust. If I wire up controls, I will be able to. So I kind of want to do that because I would love to play Joust. So that's the plan. Yeah, I had replaced this, and once again, it looks like it just looks like I wasn't even here on that. But before we do anything, we're going to hook it all up. We're going to turn it on and see what we get, see what it's telling us, and see if we can diagnose if it's a socket, if it's a bad ROM, if it's a chip, if it's a driver or something not letting an address go through right and it's kicking back an erroneous ROM error or something like that. But we'll find out what's up with it. Yeah, we'll find out, won't we? We're going to find out, aren't we? Okay, I could cap his soundboard too. I can recap that. Why not? That's what we'll do. I'll recap the soundboard, reflow all the headers. Yeah, that needs to be done. As a matter of fact, I see a cracked joint right now. I'm not sure if it's correct. I'm not 100% sure that there's a cracked joint here, but You never know. Yeah, I don't see any really cracked joints, but still, it still needs to be reflowed. That looks like a cracked joint. That one looks kind of cracked. Yeah. Yeah, there's at least one cracked joint there. And it looks like that might be a ground pin for this. Yeah. So we'll definitely have to reflow these pins and recap this board. So let's do that. Let me get my harness out. And first things first, we're going to hook it up. We're going to fire it up and we're going to see what it tells us. So let's do that. Let's start off with that. Alright, well, I have it hooked up and running. I just turned it on. I had to put a 2114 right here so that it would run. So I did that. I put a 2114 in there. And I don't have the soundboard hooked up because I got to make this connector. And I want to look at the wiring diagram of this game because I want to make sure it doesn't flip like this is over here. I want to make sure it's just straight 1-to-1 pin to pin instead of this guy going here and this guy going here. I don't want to wire that wrong, so I want to check the wiring diagram before I do that. Yeah, I've got it hooked up and running, and it's running. No, of course, you know, the sync's not right because this thing outputs a different sync, and it's flaky as all get out because of this stupid thing. Oh, jeez. It just does not want to behave. But yeah, so I'm not even really going to bother, I don't think, with changing the sync around. I see it's working. It's fine. I do want to check the sounds, though. He was reporting a ROM failure, and I just don't see no ROM failure on this. I mean, it fired up and booted right to 0 the first try. So, don't know. And I am not messing with this NV RAM. I'm just not going to do it. But look at this thing, it's bent. Look at that. That came like that. And this was not on the board. This was off of the board when I received it. So that got damaged in shipping. I'll straighten those out best as I can, but I'm not even putting this on the board. I'm not messing with it because I don't want to screw what's up. I don't want to screw up what's in there, so I'm not even messing with it. But I will replace this socket because I don't like it. I'll make this connector so that I can test, and I'll recap this board. So, and I will consider whether or not I'm going to change the sync around, because I would like to play some Joust, to be honest, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see. What I could do is I could bring out the G07 and just hook the G07 up to it. But I'm getting tired of swapping monitors back and forth. I'm sick of that. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's working. No problem. So I'm just going to do some maintenance on this thing, and we'll give it a good test, good run test, and call it good. Okay guys, what I'm doing right now is I am in the process of replacing this nasty socket. And this was absolutely torn up. So Absolutely brutal. Lots of pads are torn off of here and everything. Just can't hardly tell what's soldered and what's not, to be honest with you. It's bad. Really bad. Come on. This stupid thing looks like it's clogged up. Hear that? Just opened up. Just got free. Okay. So let's go ahead and give it some new solder. Yeah, now it's working. Yep. Unbelievable how torn up this is. This is so hacked. Terrible. I don't know. It's pretty bad. It was a bad socket. We'll see. Let's see if it'll come out of here. Yeah, it's out. I mean, topside ain't terrible. Yeah, topside ain't that bad, but it's the backside, the butt is really bad. Yeah. This socket is trash, man. I'm going to have to fix his NV RAM too. The good old post office, leave it up to the United States Post Office to damage stuff. Always use UPS, guys. Do not ship the post office. Just don't do it. No. How about continuity? How about continuity? Okay. Yeah, top side we're good. It's the bottom side that's terrible. And I will show you a close-up of how bad this is. So I can unplug my camera now, I think, and bring it over here. Okay, here's the top, which, that's not so bad, is it? It ain't terrible. Nothing broken, no broken traces. That's very workable. Now let's see the back. Oh boy. Look out. Look at that. Broken trace galore. Pads lifted everywhere. Yeah. Wow. And take a look at this socket. Let me get some light. Let me do this. Yeah. Look how bad this socket is. See how it's kind of got green in there and corroded in there? Never mind the pushed-in pins. That's okay. The pushed-in pins are going to happen with that NVRAM. But the concerning thing is the green pins. The corroded pins. That's the problem. That guy. That. So that's getting replaced. I've got to repair this. You know, good old post office damage. I'm going to repair that for him. I got to remove this socket, remove the pins, replace the pins, and then replace the socket so that that thing is viable. That's trash. So let's get to it. New socket. This guy here, we're going to remove the socket and then remove. We will first remove the socket and then I have to remove the pins. So, yes. And I need to grab this guy without hitting the camera. Good. Okay. Okay, socket is off. Now, let's do this. See how this goes. Sometimes you just can't be nice to this stuff. Although sometimes you do not want pads to pull out. But sometimes you just can't help it. Come on, fucker. One little trace repair to do there. Not a terrible deal. Not terrible. So now we flip the guy around, we do the other side, and like that. This time I will try for some fresh solder. Can't really do that. Stanky. Okay, that was kind of weird how that came apart, but I mean there's really nothing you can do. Yeah. It's always the fear is sucking the stuff up into your desoldering gun. So I just kind of go to the side. Sure don't want to come out, does it? There we go. Let me get a good close-up look at this. Yeah, I've got a couple spots I need to clear. Gotta get in the way, guys. See if I can do that. I don't think so. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to do that. I mean, you can see good now, but I'm gonna be in the way. Yeah. Here, I'll be back. I'm sorry. I just can't do this like this. Alright, I have checked it over, and it's just the one trace that's bad. It's just the one trace I gotta do a little repair on, and that's it. So we'll clean it up. Okay. Come on. Yeah. And we are cleaned up. You can see it's just the one broken trace right there. I'll just have to run a little something. No biggie. Alright, I'll just put a little piece of wire. That's all I'll do is one little piece of wire. That's all it'll take. So, yep. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Okay, and here's the repair on this guy. Yeah, got that soldered on there. These did not want to exactly fit very good, my headers, but you can see they're soldered through good, so it should be a good connection. And there's my one trace fix, and I've beeped it out, and it's a good trace fix. So that is the NVRAM thing fixed. And I will not be shipping UPS or USPS. I ship UPS. So, all right, we'll put the NVRAM chip itself back on there and make sure that we definitely put it the right way. Here's pin 1 mark, and that goes to pin 1, which is the notch. So it goes in just like this. So I'll put that back in there. I'm going to replace the socket on the board, the nasty socket, and have to do some trace repair there as well, and we'll be done. Okay, so I've got the new socket in and the repaired NVRAM in. That is in the right way. That's all good. Good. ROM power good. That's good. Everything looks good. So I think we're ready to fire it up. And here goes. And I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that this NVRAM is working, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. Now let me come back and check something out. Alrighty, and I conversed with the owner of the board, and like I said, this Joust was used, and Lonnie McDonald is like a Joust champion, and he went around putting 99999 before it would roll over on Joust machines, and this particular Joust machine was done that way, and I was really scared that it was lost. But what you have to do is remove the jumper. So I turned it off, I removed the jumper, and you'll see when it comes to the, I know it sucks having the sink like this, but whatever. When it comes to the high score table, you'll see his name up there. L-O-N, and that's just a bunch of nines. See? So it does work. Yay! Boy, I was worried there for a minute that that was lost. Excellent. So, this is good to go. And yes, the sound works. I can put this onto ground, which is 10, and hit 3, which is coin. Yeah. Yeah. I think 10 is ground, right? Yeah, 10's ground. And then 3 is coin. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is start. But I don't have, because I unhooked the speaker. Let me hook the speaker up. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got tired of modding the sink right here. Because you can mod the sink, you can scratch this trace. That trace right there, you can scratch it and it'll invert the sink so that it'll be negative. Well, I got tired of doing that, so I made a little sink inverting circuit right here. It's just an F04, and I'm sending sink to it and I'm inverting it, and then it's just going into here and then out to the monitor. Goes out to the monitor right here. So it's hooked to my setup right here, and it goes over to the sink board, and then it gets inverted and comes back through here over to the monitor, and it flips the sink, makes it sync. Really simple, but yeah, now I have a sink inverter. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is building my reset circuit on the same thing. So I'll be able to invert sink. I'll have a reset circuit on there and all that good stuff, because I just tap into one of the gates on that thing for, yeah, so. All right, so I'm going to recap this guy. I'm going to replace these 2 power caps. I'm not going to mess with the ROM sockets because it's not giving me any fits at all. So that'd be work for the sake of work, and I don't need to do that. So, yep, I'm just going to recap, freshen up the capacitors. I've already reflowed all of these. They were terrible. And if I need to reflow, I'm sure I will. If I didn't already, I'll reflow these guys. And reflow these guys. I know I didn't do that because prior time I did a repair on this, he did not send that board. So I'll reflow all of that. everything, recap, and then we'll come back for some play testing. Okay, and as you can see, Joust is running. I have it capped. I'll show you all that. I'm just going to do a quick. I printed off the pinout, and I'm going to go through all of the pinouts and stuff and verify that all the buttons are working, everything's working. First, we'll let's put in a coin. Okay. One player start is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move left is 1. 2 is move right. Flap is 3. Okay. Now we have to just die, and or maybe I'll put another coin. I'll put in more coins. Let's see if I can start 2-player. No, I have to wait for the die. I have to wait to die. Come on, get me, guys. Alright, now we're going to try 2 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now we're going to do 2-player move left. Which is 2. 2-player move right. And flat. So that's it. It's working great. I'll bring you over here and kind of show you. Not pretty, I know, but I didn't have a 4700 microfarad cap, so I put two 2200s together. It's 4400 total. It's as good as I could do. But I reflowed everything. Yeah. It's looking good. Caps. cap, reflowed. Thy game is over. Thy game is over. All right, so Joust. What did we do? Come on. Joust. I got it in, and from shipping, the his NVRAM was destroyed. So I had to actually take that apart and fix it, put new header pins in it and everything. The socket for the NVRAM in the board was terrible. It was all corroded out and everything. I had to replace that. I was getting intermittent sound issues, and what I didn't show you was when I had my scope and I was probing pin 4 of the DAC on the soundboard. The sound would come and go. I'd take my probe off of it and the sound would take off. So I replaced the DAC and that fixed that issue. I reflowed all of the pins on the soundboard and I recapped the soundboard. I replaced the 200 microfarad capacitors on the ROM board, and I reflowed the headers on the ROM board. The soundboard interface and the coin door interface. I reflowed those guys. The widget board, the little control panel board. I reflowed the two 10-pin connectors. I reflowed those two guys and I replaced the 100 microfarad cap. I think that's it. I think that is everything I did to this one. So a lot of maintenance, repairing the NVRAM. The soundboard had issues. I mean, the soundboard went out when it was here. Because when I first got it, I plugged it in and it worked fine, and then it blew up, or I don't know, that DAC quit. And then it got to where I would probe the pin on the DAC and it would come back, and then I'd take the probe off of it and the sound would disappear. It's weird. But got that fixed, and it's good to go now. So another one saved. That NVRAM socket, the socket that was in the motherboard, was terrible. The back side of that socket was really bad, and the pins themselves were terrible. So yeah, we got that squared away. So I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Another classic saved. The mission statement: save as many as possible and do good work. Clean. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next repair. Bye, guys.